I'm on a coastal mission with no food, no sleeping bag, and no shelter.
Crystal!
I make discoveries, go hunting, start fires, and go fishing.
Oh, look at that.
This is the life of a wild boy.
I'm going on a bit of a survival mission this weekend. I've taken a bit of gear with me just to make things a little bit easier. I have my knife, a saw, a bow and arrows. I've got my canteen, a pot, my fishing kit, and of course some camera gear. A power pack, GoPro, spare battery, mic, my phone, and well, the camera right there, Lumix G9 Mark II. I'm taking along a caribou hide to keep me warm. It's winter, so the clothing I'm bringing is this bush shirt, a woolen jersey, a thermal on the bottom, and just my canvas shorts. On my feet, I've got my boots and a pair of socks. It's a bit hot to start with all this on. Alright, fishing kit can go on the outside of my bag. Got everything I need in my backpack, which isn't much, but it's enough. I'm headed down to the east coast here. Got beautiful weather. It's about 10:30, tide's out. Reaching the end of the track here, and I'm just about to pop down onto the rocks, which is where I'll be spending most of my day. Already looking around, this coastline is very plentiful. There's oysters, there's periwinkles, the little sea snails. I don't think food is going to be an issue for me on this trip. You may have noticed I've got my bow and some arrows, while where I'm headed there's quite a high density of wild pigs. Who knows, we might have wild pork at some point in this trip, or maybe not. You know, you can't really plan these things. Not very well anyway. What you can do is carry the right equipment to be able to deal with whatever situations you are faced with. And although I'm carrying a very limited amount of equipment, I'm carrying what I need. Carrying what I need to keep myself fed, keep myself warm, keep myself safe. Look at this. This is a big slip. It's obviously come down in the last, one of the last big storms. This wasn't here a few months ago. This is just a little escape of life. No, it's not super hardcore, but it's good to get out there, good to connect with nature, connect with yourself, and do what you love. Bit of a big cliff. I'm obviously going to have to climb down it. Alright, I found a spot here that I can probably climb down. It's really high. Alright, I made it to the bottom, but down here, just got to do this last little bit. The bugs, oh jeez. I ate one. I don't know what was worse, climbing down that cliff behind me there, or those bugs. I have swallowed 3. And I can still feel one trying to clamber its way back up my throat. Whoa. Just walking along here, and I've come across this giant rock pool that's been exposed as the tide's gone out. And I've just spotted down here some sea urchin. Yeah. Oh yes, I do love me some kinner. They're not very big right now, but still tasty. Still just what I need to get through the day. I'm feeling recharged after that little kinner snack, and I'm going to keep forging forward. Big New Zealand fur seal. I'll go right around. Lots and lots of space. Oh shit, there's another one. Yep. Wow, quite the little hangout, I guess, for the fur seals. Whoa, look at this. Look at this rock. It's like yellow. It's incredible. Look at it all. These beautiful different minerals that are coming down here. I would say it's predominantly sulfur. This is a very volcanic area. In fact, about 3 or 4 kilometers back down that way, there's hot water that bubbles up out of the sand. It's incredible. Just stopped to fill up my bottle. There's a little bit of a creek here. I can see further up it's running through a whole lot of beautiful stone, and I'm pretty confident that it's clean. Generally I would always advise you boil water. I'm not going to boil this, but that's the risk I'm willing to take in this scenario. Beautiful. I've just come across this perfect little something. I'm gonna chuck this in my bag, or some of it at least. This will be really good for lighting fires. This whole rock, this giant boulder. Like, look at the size of this thing. This whole boulder is literally crystals. It's all crystals. Look at this. Crystal. Crystals. It's a nice little crystal right here that I would like to take home. There we go. Oh, there it is. Look at that beautiful little crystal. Fantastic. Who would have thought? I feel like every 10 steps I take, the landscape just changes so drastically. Now, here I am walking on these orange rocks. Man, nature is amazing. Oh, I have to be real careful not to trip over. I'm a long way from home out here. Alright, I've been hiking for coming up 3.5 hours, and where I'm about to head does not look friendly. Everywhere else has kind of just been pretty easy going, big boulders, nice long straights, but we've got some negotiating to do. As you can see, lots of cliffs, sharp rocks, and it goes on for quite some time. It's going to be probably about another 2 hours before I reach an appropriate space that I can stop. Alright, this is the part that I've been unsure about whether I could get around. I looked at it on the map and it looked doable, but now that I'm here, whew, I don't know about this next bit. I can see a little cave. Alright, into the cave. Oh, watch the boat. Watch the boat. Watch the boat. Alrighty. We've popped out the other side. Oh, Oh, and this looks way more achievable. Wow, that was so cool. That was so cool. So awesome. I didn't know I could get through there. So lucky. I've come such a long way. It would have sucked to have had to have found a different way. Way. This place is beautiful. Look where I am. Yeah! Alright, here we go. Oh, I did it. I'm not quite where I need to be yet. I've still got quite a bit to go, but that little section felt monumental. This is one of those moments of how the did I get here? Right, so I've climbed halfway up this cliff. It's quite high, and I've reached the kind of the top of it almost. I'm just got to get across there, but all of the rock is super sketchy. Oh, mate, look at that! It just popped off. I think I'm going to down climb and go around. Probably going to add another 20 minutes onto my trip, but I'd rather get there than not get there. I think going around was definitely the better choice, because yeah, just because. No, I make a lot of noises. I didn't used to make them. I've made it. I've made it to the top. Now I'm making my way along above the coast. I'd love to say it was easier, but it's not. I'm gonna head inland a little bit and try and make my way through the bush. It might be too thick, it might not be, but this coast down here does not look friendly. There's multiple guts where the water's coming in into caves. There's about 1.5 kilometers left to go. I reckon I can do it. I'm losing light fast. You can do this. There's a pig just down in the valley there. I've just come out into a clearing. I spooked some pigs, but it means there's pigs nearby. I've taken my bow off and I'm gonna go look for them. It looks like it's quite open up ahead. I'm gonna give it my best shot. Literally. Damn. I just stalked these two pigs, two little blondies, into this clearing. But there was another one behind me that I didn't see. And it scented me and then just bolted, and then of course they all bolted. But there's a lot of sign here. I think there's more than 3 pigs. I've got the bow out and I'm actively hunting and still trying to get to where I need to go. You know, when you think you're fit and you go chasing pigs in the bush, there's not many things that quite humble you like that. I've got about 40 minutes of light left and about an hour of bush bashing. It's going to get darker, it's going to get harder. I really don't want to spend the night up here in the bush with no food and no sleeping bag. But if I have to do it, I have to do it. Tell you what, there was a few moments there where I was feeling a little bit claustrophobic, all tangled up in vines. Not a fun time, and unfortunately something caught on my my bowstring and has compromised it. Thankfully I brought my fishing kit. Oh, I feel like I can hear the sea. Oh, oh yes. It's time to get down there onto that beach and have about 30 seconds of relaxation. I'll tell you right now, I feel like a success. Almost got a pig. I had a shot, but I kind of second guessed myself because it was a little branch that was sticking right out between me and the pig. It was side on, but there just wasn't a clean shot. And I'd rather not shoot something that's going to run away with an arrow in it and die slowly. I'd rather just make sure everything's good. I've got a good shot. No, I'd rather be hungry than know that there's some poor little pig out there with an arrow sticking out of it. No, that's not what I'm about. I don't want to kill things like that. I am exhausted after that. It's not looking super promising for a meal tonight. Well, even better than the last one. I'm gonna camp up here in the grass. You know, someone's been here before. So, there's a little campfire here. Nice big tree. Time to put some warmer clothes on. Something as simple as clothing. I tell you what. Oh, wait till you see what I got from my noggin. Oh. Now we're talking. Oh, I am so toasty. The fire starter. This is what I'm going to use to start my fire. Going. Yeah. Go. I got my fire. My camera died halfway through, so voila! We have fire. I need more wood because this kindling stuff is not going to last too long. I'm zonked. I didn't have a chance to go fishing, so I've got a bunch of snails, sea snails, and this little tiny crab. It's not a whole lot, but it's just a little pick-me-up, you know, a little something to sit in the belly and know that, you know, like a job well done. Good job, Brando, you got a crab. Here we are on the coast, just about back at camp, but I've come across some kawa, which I am going to harvest, take up to the camp and make into a tea. I have my hands full, so I'm just going to grab it with my teeth, but there we have it. Kawa. I'm going to make some kawa tea. Little tiny crabs, eh? It's not much to it, but 50 of them later, and I'll have a fist-sized meal in my belly. A cup of kawa tea. 1, 2, and this big one looks pretty good to me. Number 3, and I'll save the rest for tomorrow. Yes. That is going to be delicious, but currently probably quite hot. No, it's too hot. That's silly. Don't be silly. Don't drink the hot drink straight off the fire. You know what I'm going to do? Because I am impatient. I am going to put a little bit of cold in there. It's still so hot. but it is delightful. Tell you what, it is freezing. It's going to be a long night. It was a cold night. It was freezing. I have all the gear. Well, not really. I have a woolen shirt, a jumper, my old faithful hat, some nice woolen socks. But the wind has just been charging down the hill here and made for a cold night. I'm going to go and try and catch the sun. I want to just go and stand in it for a little bit. Oh wow, that was good. Just a little reset for the day. Got my fishing kit. I made this myself. Hopefully I'm going to catch a fish. I'm headed out to that little outcrop just there. I've made it out to the little outcrop. There's some oysters down here on the rocks. I'm going to chip some off. Snot. Perfect. I have my oysters, also commonly known as rock snot. I'm going to put them on a hook and get them in the water. Oh, I can see something on my line, but I have no idea what it is. You have got to be joking. A starfish. I've been standing here for about an hour now. I've put lots of bait out. It's not looking promising. That's how it goes sometimes. I saw a couple of small kinner in this rock pool here. I'm going to grab them as well as what is this? I've got breakfast. Big juicy snails for breakfast. Yes. It wasn't quite what I was after, but I got myself some kinner and 2 giant sea snails. That is a really beautiful breakfast for today. Just gonna hook that out. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Oh, yum. Beautiful. What I call a super snail breakfast. I'm gonna pack up all my gear, roll up my hide, put it on my bag, and then I've got to really start thinking about moving hide only section. And I'm about an hour and a half away from low tide. Wow, let's do it. Up through the bush, over the hill. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I know that it's going to be pretty full on, but that's what I'm here for, right? An adventure. I've made it to where I'm gonna cut across and head inland, straight up through the bush. I had a pretty good look at the maps. It looks like to try and go around would be very difficult. Just looks inaccessible. Well, I guess somewhere along here I'm going to attempt to make a dent in the bush. So I started just here and I've made my way into the bush. I'm going to make my way up to this little ridge and the saddle, and then drop down into Neves Bay, and then this bit of coastline here with all the rocks is going to be the challenge. Tell you what, moving through the bush like this, it's hard work. I'm pretty close to the coast. I can hear the waves now, just up ahead. Here we go. He's done it, folks. He's done it. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ah. As you can see where the rocks are wet, if the tide was high right now, there'd be no chance I could get around. I'd be swimming. And, well, that's possible. I've got gear that I don't really want to get wet. But, I'm feeling good. So that's where I'm headed. Way over there. Now I've just got to climb. Whew. Don't look now, Mum. Life is bloody good. Hey, I made it back to civilization as such. There's the stairs. My wife's going to pick me up in the next hour or so. So until then, just going to settle in, relax, and dream of all the food that I'm going to consume.